What are you doing? You're not going to ruin my life. What are you doing? Oh my God. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
August 12th, 2024. Midday, Florida. Midday in Florida has a particular kind of stillness. The sun is already high, but not yet merciless. The air heavy, filled with warmth and the faint smell of heated asphalt. People move more slowly than in the morning, as if adjusting themselves to the rhythm of the day. It was at such a moment, near a fitness club located between a small shopping center and a parking lot used by office workers, that an ordinary workout session was coming to an end. The young woman walked out of the building calmly, without any rush. She was dressed in athletic clothing, nothing flashy or provocative. She looked the way hundreds of other women look at this time of day, slightly tired, focused inward, absorbed in her own thoughts. There was no nervousness in her movements, no fear in her eyes. She was not running, not hiding, not looking around. From the outside, there was no sign that within minutes her life would abruptly change. Her name was Emily Carter, 26 years old, no criminal record, no previous issues with the law, no scandals in her past. The kind of person who never appears in police reports or news headlines. That was precisely why her arrest seemed strange even to those who watched from a distance. The police vehicle arrived without a siren. It simply pulled up and stopped nearby. There was no shouting, no chaos, no running. The handcuffs clicked shut quickly and routinely, as if this were an ordinary procedure. At first, people nearby did not understand what was happening. Some assumed it was a mistake. Others thought it might be some kind of exercise or drill. At first glance, the woman had done nothing. But the reason for her arrest did not begin that day. It had been forming for months, quietly, far from the gym, far from cameras and casual witnesses. 6 months earlier, Emily had taken a job at a mid-sized logistics company. The company dealt with shipping, contracts, and international deliveries. Nothing illegal on the surface. She worked in an administrative role, handling routine tasks, emails, internal systems, and documents. The company's cybersecurity was weak. Passwords had not been changed for years. Many employees reused the same credentials across multiple services. Server access required no additional verification. This was typical for businesses that believed they had nothing worth hiding. That was exactly what made the system vulnerable. At some point, data began disappearing from the company's servers. Not all at once, not in large volumes, small portions at a time. Some files vanished, others were altered, some were forwarded to external addresses. It did not look like a chaotic attack. It looked like the work of someone who knew exactly what they were looking for. Access logs repeatedly showed the same username, Emily Carter. All actions appeared to be performed under her account. During office hours and late at night, on weekends, on days when she was officially on vacation. The system did not flag anything suspicious except the timing. At first, management assumed it was a technical error. Then they suspected malware. Only after the leaked information spread beyond the company and drew the attention of federal authorities did a serious investigation begin. Federal agents became involved quietly. There were no raids, no dramatic searches. They examined logs, traced data routes, analyzed client financial connections. It emerged that some of the stolen information concerned contracts with companies already under surveillance for suspected financial fraud. Someone on the inside was helping, and every trail led back to Emily. She was called in for questioning. She came voluntarily. She remained calm. Her behavior did not match that of someone knowingly collaborating with criminals. She did not contradict herself, did not panic, did not try to shift blame. That, in itself, raised suspicion. Her past drew additional attention. Several years earlier, she had been in a relationship with a man who worked as a freelance programmer. They had separated long ago, quietly, without conflict. After the breakup, he disappeared from her life, but not from the digital record. His name surfaced in another investigation involving data leaks and unauthorized server access. There was no direct evidence linking them at the time of the breaches, but it was enough to support a theory. Investigators believed Emily's account had been used as cover. The question was whether she had done so knowingly. There was not enough evidence for an immediate arrest, but there was enough for surveillance. For several weeks, she was monitored. Her movements were tracked. Her financial activity was reviewed. Her digital footprint was analyzed. She lived a normal life. She worked, she went to the gym, she bought groceries, she met friends. Nothing suspicious. That was the paradox. A person who appeared completely ordinary was at the center of a complex case. The decision to arrest her was made after a new data package appeared on one of the servers, transmitted using her old access token. On paper, it looked like her action. In practice, it was treated as proof. August 12th was not chosen by accident. On that day, she always went to the gym at lunchtime. It was the only time she was without her work computer, without colleagues, without a lawyer nearby. The arrest was carried out quickly and quietly. No explanations, no emotion, just identification, restraints, and placement into a vehicle. To an outside observer, it looked absurd. A young woman after a workout, in broad daylight, no resistance, no obvious reason. At the station, the process dragged on. Hours of waiting, verifications, paperwork, cameras. She still did not understand how her life had reached this point. Everything she had done had been ordinary and legal. She had not hacked servers, had not transmitted data, had not participated in schemes. But the system did not see a person. It saw a login. Later, it became clear that her credentials had been compromised long before the investigation began. The password had been stolen through an old personal laptop she had sold years earlier. The access had been used remotely, routed through multiple servers, making tracing difficult. At the moment of her arrest, none of this had yet been proven. And so, on August 12, 2024, at Midday in Florida, police arrested a woman who, at first glance, had done nothing. Not because she ran, not because she resisted, not because she was caught at the scene of a crime, but because her name appeared on the wrong line of a system